Hi, I'm Keyshell. I made this video, blocking is overpowered actually, to demonstrate that you don't really need to dodge against most players. The only types of players you'll need to dodge against are players that are pretty good, like top 20-30% of all players, and against players who are lagging really heavily. And both of those cases are demonstrated in this video, which I think is a good thing. Some more cases in this video are demonstrated against people like spammers, people who don't really know how to pressure. And these are all things that are very learnable. They're not indicative of a player who can't get good at the game, just someone who is less experienced. And all you need to do against these players is just hold the block button. Sometimes you don't even need to tap block, but I'll demonstrate that. I'm going to go over these fights and I'm going to add some analysis, sort of what I was thinking at the time, some good options for you if you're playing, stuff like that. Let's get into it before I ramble into eternity. All right, first matches are against this guy here. Don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm going to call him I'm going to call him Richard. This guy's Richard. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I remember this happening. My whole computer just froze up for a second there. That was not like system anyways, you see here that I'm kind of just tap blocking. Wait a second, where's my controller? Oh, there it is. Okay. I wonder why it wasn't there. All right, so you can keep an eye on my controller if you like. You can pause and go back to see sort of the inputs I was adding, but you can see I'm tapping the block button. I'm not holding it down. This allows my stamina to regenerate a lot. I wonder if you can see my mouse. It'll be really helpful if you can. Yes, you can. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. You can see right here my stamina bar. Well, let's wait, I guess, until I go back and block. But I didn't dodge a single time in that round. Now, I do have to point out that a couple times in this video I do dodge on accident, just like out of habit, seeing moves that I just instinctively can't help but dodge against. But anyways, I'm on the offensive right now, and you can see actually, he's not blocking at all. Not at all. He hasn't used this block button once. He's just throwing out his abilities randomly, hoping that they're going to hit me. And it's actually a pretty huge, what's the word? Crutch, I guess? It makes him worse that he's playing Fei Jin. Because not only is he in the habit of using his abilities, hoping that he's going to land a lucky parry, but he's also in the habit of using his abilities, and sometimes, even if he doesn't land that lucky parry, he gets the hit in. And that's really, really bad for new players. It's really hard to learn when you're rewarded for doing stuff wrong. I could feint, right? I could feint a move, and he's throwing out these random parries. Feint a move against like a good player, but he's throwing out these random parries, and sometimes if I feint, he's going to hit me anyways, and that's rewarding him for doing the wrong thing. So if you're a really new player, this is why I highly suggest you stay away from Stagger and Fei Jin, because they're gonna make it really hard for you to improve, because they're gonna reward you for things that you should be getting punished for, and learning your mistakes and learning from those mistakes. But you can see how much just free damage. Oh, there he blocked a little. You can see how much free damage I was getting, and he was at full health there. You can see that he was blocking for a second. Let's go back and look at that. He was blocking for a second, but he was at full stamina, and he decided that he was going to value his stamina over his health, even though he was at a stamina advantage. So see here, he's at a stamina advantage right now. In this scenario, sure, I'm using spinning high kick right now, but for the most part, with a stamina advantage, you want to be blocking and rating your opponent. You want to be analyzing their deck. But he's not. He's just throwing out these random hits, and I get a free spinning high kick right there into the temple knock, into the underknee, which hits because he's still not blocking. He finally blocks once there, and he's at a huge stamina advantage. Now look at that stamina bar. My stamina bar, very low. All he has to do now is just hold the block button. Like, he doesn't even need to tap block here. If he just held the block button, he would get a free turn on me and probably a free 300, maybe even 400 damage on me. But instead, he stops blocking and he tries to walk away instead of just letting his stamina tank the damage. Now he runs over there and he's sort of wondering, where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? He's a good sport. He's all right. But he's having a bit of a laugh at himself, thinking, how do I counter what this guy is doing? Just hold block. That's it. Just hold the block button. That's what he should have done. It's not some complicated tactic. It's not some complicated mechanic. It's just the block button. That's it. And I think at this point at this point he just completely gave up, and it goes on like that for a bit. Okay, I guess he attacks. Nah, he's still giving up. The only times he attacks me, he starts attacking me just to get me to attack him and kill him, and then he still tries to rematch me after this. But yeah, pretty much he just stands there and lets me wail on him, and then he offers the rematch first. The only reason I'm not completely skipping all these fights is because I think we do actually fight a little more. Yeah, okay, so he's trying now. You saw he blocked right there, right? Let's go back and look at that. So I open with this, which gives me a really good frame advantage, right? Barely any damage. So at this point, frame advantage, high health, max stamina, he should hold the block button. And I think he does. Yep. Good. He holds the block button against the switch kick. That's perfect. And now at this point, what he should do is continue blocking, read my deck, and wait for a move he can react to. But instead, he throws out a random parry, hoping it'll work. And because I throw out a fast move, or a slow move, it does work. And that's to his detriment, even though it gets his turn back. Because again, that's a mistake that he made, that he got rewarded for instead of punished for. So he's backtracking in his learning progress, or in his learning process. In his progress as a player, he's taken a step back because he just got rewarded for that, and he should not have. And now it's his turn again, and I'm just gonna hold block. I'm just gonna hold block. Or I'm not holding it, I guess. I'm tap blocking. But even against heavy moves like that, all I'm doing is blocking, waiting for an opportunity to attack. And I'm gonna make mistakes. And that's fine. I have a lot of health. The health is your mistake bar, right? Your health is your mistake bar. You're allowed to make mistakes. You have the health to compensate, and you have the stamina to compensate too, because you can hold block after you make a mistake, take a little bit of damage, and then give your opponent his turn back, and then hold block and wait for your chance to take your turn back. Even without dodging. You don't have to look at all this free damage I'm getting on him. Okay, now he's given up. All I did there was gold link. I wasn't mixing him. I was just pressing square. Let's look at that. Look, it's just square. Square, 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 square. Normal attacks. Just gold linking normal attacks. And he gives up against that. There's no reason to give up against that. Just hold block. That is a totally manageable situation. Your opponent is just gold linking their main sequences. That's nothing. That's so basic. That's easier than the bosses in this game. And he gave up on that. And that's really unfortunate, because I think he could do really well as a player. He certainly has a sense of humor with the way he I really enjoy his sense of humor with the way he did those emotes earlier. But I think at this point, that was his last. Was that his last time? Yeah, so I'm just gold linking. And he gets a lucky parry there. He didn't read that temple knock. He didn't know it was coming. He was just parrying, and finally one of them worked. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew the temple knock was coming and that he was going to random parry it. But I decided to let it run anyways to show that you don't really even have to think against a lot of players. All you have to do is block and attack. You can literally turn off your brain. Now I'm just blocking. Just blocking. He's still got a stamina advantage. He's going to have a huge one pretty soon unless I let that hit me. I don't know what choice I make. But, and this is, okay, I think what's about to happen is a huge concept to wrap your head around if you're a new player. He's going to break my guard, I think. And if he does, one of two things is going to happen. One, he's going to attack twice. He's going to get my health very, very slightly low. Well, actually, let's just watch. Let's just watch. Watch how little it matters to have your guard broken. Oh, I guess, never mind. Well, the point I was trying to make is that it doesn't matter against most players when your guard breaking doesn't matter against most players because they're not going to know what to do with that. And not only that, but it costs stamina for them to attack you to break your guard. And then once your guard is broken, it regenerates super quickly. And after that, they attack once, maybe twice with light attacks, which does very little damage to you. And then suddenly, you took very little damage, they have no stamina, and you're at full stamina. You are at a huge advantage after they broke your guard. So don't be afraid to have your guard broken. It's okay. And I know we see that later in this. Yeah, another random parry. And I'm just gold linking. I am mixing him a little now, but it shouldn't work that well. He didn't guard once in that string. All I did was attack, 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 attack. No thought. No thought. But we will see that that having your guard broken doesn't matter that much against most players later in this video. And I think it's at this point he's completely given up. Yeah, he doesn't really... He's not interested. Okay. And I think this is just him again, and I think he just leaves. We're about to lose Richard, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. And then we fight someone. So this next person is an example of... He's actually a pretty decent player. I was surprised because I've never heard of him before. He added me as a friend. He's a cool guy. Cancun. I'm going to call him Cancun. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But he's a decent player. Just blocking actually does not work on him. I figured that out in this, I think the first match. I ended up having to add dodges to my tool set. But it's still a good look at it. But I can still analyze his blocking. And you'll see the difference. So this is a good player versus the player we saw last match, which was a much newer player, more inexperienced. This is an experienced player. And you can see the difference in how much he blocks. Watch just how much he blocks. It's a lot. All right, so right there he was throwing out. This is a thing you'll encounter a lot with cults, is they're going to get a feel for the flow of your deck, and they're going to throw out absorbs not on reaction, but on prediction. They're predicting the timing of your next attack rather than reacting to the timing of a slow attack. And that's something you have to keep in mind with cults. So you don't mix them up with feints. You mix them up with timing. You can mix them up with feints, but he gets a lot of cheeky temple knocks in the matches that I fight him. And now I go back to blocking. I'm not. Oh yeah. That was an accidental dodge. I saw the spinning high kick coming, and I just habitually, reflexively dodged that, which was an accident. But see that? He broke my guard and he actually got a good hit in. But even though he got a good hit in, look at his stamina and look at mine. And look at his health. He's dead. There's nothing he can do here. He broke my guard. I never broke his guard. I still killed him and I'm still almost at full health. And I didn't dodge any of his attacks. I even whiffed a dodge on accident. He's pretty good with that roll punch. I think that's what that move is called. Oh, he has two. I didn't notice that until just now. All right, so he breaks my guard, gets a few cheeky hits in. He's at low stamina, but he knows it. He knows it, and he's playing around it. You see that? That's really good play. Kenken's a good player. So when you guard break in vanilla, so this is vanilla. I'm not playing plus here. I'm doing vanilla to show so that it's more accessible to non-PC players. But I forget what I was going to say. Oh, when you guard break a Cult Absorb, I guess this isn't really the point of this video, but when you guard break a Cult Absorb, it's not actually the timing of guard break. It's just basically you're just hitting them normally, like in the face. So you can't throw out a spinning high kick after guard breaking a Cult Absorb, for example. Yep, I'm just blocking. I'm just blocking. He realizes it later, and then he starts punishing me for it, and that's, I think, when I have to add dodging to the mix. I think I predicted that feint, because he feints it every time, and I saw it as an opportunity to get my turn back, and then I just mixed up timing, like I said, against cults. But do you see how much he's blocking? Watch this, block, immediately. As soon as I hit him, the first thing he does, holds block. He doesn't dodge, he doesn't absorb, he holds block. That's the correct choice. Now, and his absorb, he absorbed correctly, but I still hit him. So he's like, all right, back to block. Blocking is your default state. You should always be blocking. Broke his guard, and now I'm going to try to get away. Okay, he didn't chase me. I thought he chased me there. Alright, he beats me in neutral every time. As spacing is my biggest weakness, to be honest with you. Mork, teach me, please. Oh, okay, that was actually a big mistake on a mistake on my part. So I wasn't really looking. I must not have been looking at my stamina there. Let's go back there. Just a quick tip here. So I'm gonna throw out spinning high kick soon. Right there. My stamina, pretty much 0. I threw out a spinning high kick. I fainted. Fainted spinning high kick gives you a bit of distance. So right here, I should walk away, because I've put enough distance between us that I can walk away. And seeing a spinning high kick coming puts most players on their guard, because it's like the most recognized move in the game. So it's a really good use of spinning high kick is to feint it and then walk away when you're at a stamina disadvantage, because it's going to put the player on their guard, and it's going to create distance, and it's going to put you in back stance, and you actually walk away faster when you're in back stance. Pro tip. But instead I kept attacking for some reason. I don't know why. Probably I'm just stupid. And now I don't really, I accidentally dodged that when I'm not supposed to be dodging it. So I just let him kill me. I'm like, oh shit. Yep, and there it is. Let's analyze that. So he's at pretty low health. When you're at that low health, you should be blocking even more often. And I think his mistake is that no, he blocks. I actually can't really fault him for anything except that final hit. I think he made the correct decision every single time there. He absorbed on reaction to my spinning high kick, which I feinted. But that's not his fault. He just didn't read my mind. Got some damage in, and then the only mistake he really made there was not blocking that switch kick. He should have been holding block. So there wasn't much he could do there with that health disadvantage he was at. All right, good absorb. So just I want to quickly show this. So he's gonna absorb me. Right there, he absorbs. That means it's his turn, and he throws out a temple knock. But it's really important Watch this. He waits. He step cancels the Temple Knock and he throws it again. He doesn't go into the strings because strings are predictable. You can memorize a string. He's a good player. And we're sort of trading turns here a bit. I'm messing up a lot of my tap blocking. He gives me a little time to breathe, which as when you're in a fight, the purpose of giving your opponent a second to breathe is to throw them off guard, make them put down their guard so that they regen stamina, and then you throw in a cheeky hit and get some free damage in. Ooh, that was lucky on my part. That was okay. My spacing isn't all that bad. All right, he breaks my guard. He gets one attack off on me. It's a double hit, but he only got one attack off on me. And this is a good player. I'm telling you, don't be afraid to have your guard broken. Even a good player will sometimes only get a single attack off on you, and then you're back to full stamina. It's okay. And now I can see he's predicting a lot. So I've actually I don't want to say I conditioned him. But basically he was panicking there, and I took advantage of it. I saw that he was panicking, and I took advantage of it. And now he's blocking. Look at that blocking. And so he tried to predict a feint there. That wasn't him failing to block. That was him trying to get in my head as a player. And it just didn't work, because that's not what I'm doing right now. I'm not going 100% on him. If I was, that might have actually worked. He's playing as if I'm going 100%. But what I'm doing is demonstrating very, very, very basic play. And it works really well. He gets a hit in because he knows his frames. I get a really good... Oh, nice. Okay, so the front kick guard break into... front kick guard break, right? Into spinning high kick. And the idea here is that after this, I'm going to throw a liver knee. And a lot of the time, it's a confirm. And then I can unlock and liver knee away because it's in the perfect stance to do that. So I've gotten a ton of damage in. And I get away while I'm at a stamina disadvantage. But he absorbs it. So it's a soft confirm. It's not real. You can dodge or confirm or parry it. Or you can dodge or absorb or parry it. So if you ever see me doing that, I'm probably the person who does the spinning high kick liver knee the most. If I break your guard with front kick and then I spinning high kick you, watch out for the liver knee, and you should be able to defend against it. You can't block it, though. And he takes really good advantage of that. Although I would have liked him to chase me a little more there, not let me get away while I was at such a stamina disadvantage. But chasing can also be really dangerous, especially if you're against a good player, so I can't fault him for that. All right, look at that neutral play from him. Very good. Dick. All right, I tried to break his guard there. He saw... Actually, that was really good. I want to go over that real quick. So he's at a really low stamina, right? I just pointed to my screen with my finger. He's at really low stamina. I'm at a stamina advantage. I'm throwing out a spinning high kick. He tries to absorb it, right? Because that's really his only choice. He can't let him hit him because then his guard gets broken and he's at such low health that could mean his death. So he tries to absorb it. I hit him with a liver knee, and here he sees that I'm about to front kick. If I land this front kick on his guard, it breaks his guard. I get a spinning high kick in on him with a confirm of probably a temple knock, and that might kill him. It might not, but it's gonna deal a lot of damage to him. He doesn't want that to happen. You know how he could take less damage? Let it hit him in the face. If you see a guard break coming, you can let it hit you in the face. It doesn't do that much damage. He absorbs that, but I bully call it with the temple knock, and then I just frame trap, or not frame trap. I take advantage of his frames there. Alright, that was really good from him, so I'm back to blocking, and now I'm just gonna block. I'm just gonna block until I see an opportunity. Even the spinning high kick, even that, my guard's broken. He gets a few hits in. Oh, this is funny, look at this. I was like, oh, look at my stamina advantage. I'm just gonna hit him. And he's like, nah, bro. I laughed out loud in the fight when that happened. That was so funny. I try to close the distance with the flute swing, but he gets me. And now I'm just blocking. I'm just blocking. And he sees it. He sees it. He's starting to catch on. Breaks my guard, gets one good hit in, and then it's back to my turn. And now I want to walk away. I guess I kept the pressure for some reason. I should have walked away there after the second temple knock probably, because then he's gonna see the pattern. Nine. Yep. There we go. I'm not doing anything complex here. I'm just attacking and guarding. Although my brain is on. He's good enough that my brain does have to be on for this. I have to like watch his deck and see where I have opportunities to attack. Alright, he breaks. Oh, you see? You see? He's a good player. He broke my guard and he still feinted his attack after. And that would have been a really good... He would have gotten 300 damage off on me there. But he didn't. Don't be afraid to have your guard broken. It's okay. Now see, if I had been... If this was a normal match, if I wasn't just blocking... I see him temple knock there, and then I see he doesn't attack. So normally, again, if I was fighting him normally, I would duck here. I would duck his temple knock coming. Right here. I'm stupid. Oh, there it was. There it was. So I am doing some slightly more skill-intensive, complicated timing stuff. But against most players, you're not going to have to do that. So don't worry about it. And you don't, by the way, this is not advocating, this video is not advocating for you to only block, right? In your games, just block more. So I let my guard get broken there. Because, like, what else am I going to do? I can't dodge anything. But I think it's at this point, I think now he's seen it. Because he stops fainting. He starts throwing out just a bunch of heavy attacks. Takes advantage of the fact that I'm not dodging at all. And I think after this life, yeah. It's about here, I believe, that I'm like, okay, I guess I have to start dodging against this guy. And I don't think I'm gonna, if I do, I'm not, I think I'll just skip it. Yeah. Because the point of this analysis video, yeah. So the point of this analysis video is to show, is to go over how good blocking is. And at this point, if the player is good enough where I can't just block and they know how to take advantage of that, let's go ahead and move on. They're good fights though. If you want to watch the rest of it, you can go to the original video. Still against Cocoon. Okay. So this next fight, this is a good example of tremendous lag. This is just so much lag. Pay close attention to the inputs on my controller versus what's actually happening. It's very disarming. Disorienting. Disorientating? I don't know. Look at this just ridiculous lag. I'm not really even sure what to do. What to do against it. But I'm sticking with my guns. I'm only blocking. I'm just gold linking blocking. He uses the EQ. He uses a lot of EQs in this fight. This analysis video is about like the importance of blocking, but I think I'm also gonna show this because eventually the lag is so bad I do have to start dodging. I want to show a little bit of that. Right now I'm testing the lag because I'm like, what the heck is going on? My gold links aren't working right. The attacks are landing at weird timings. Oh, and this is Vanilla Absolver, and this guy is running a ton of dodge moves. Don't do that. Avoid moves are very bad, pretty much except Tetsu. I mean, you can run whatever moves you want, you know, have fun with the game. But if you want a good deck, you want to stay away from every avoid move except for Tetsu. Tetsu Zanko. Yeah, tap blocking isn't working against him because of the lag, which is unfortunate. So eventually, pretty soon here, I think I just start holding block. But yeah, you can see there, I'm just holding block now because tap blocking just doesn't work. He breaks my guard, gets 2 good hits on me, walks away. I go in, he EQs. He goes in with a bunch of light attacks. Look at that 10 frame. I forget how far into this it takes me to be like, alright, time to dodge, this is too much. Yep, so I'm just holding block here. Even against that? Really? I guess I'm not dodging it. I go in here, he's gonna EQ soon. When does he EQ? Surely he EQs soon. So he breaks my guard, I don't really care. It's fine. There's the EQ. He actually got 3 hits in there. I don't know how. Must be lag. Those 3 hits shouldn't, like that shouldn't work, but it did. I think I actually lose my first match. Oh right, I lose my first match to him. Sorry, spoilers. Go watch the original video if you don't want them. But I lose my first match. There it is. So I guess I've decided a little early to start dodging, but it's also a little too late. Is it? Wait, how do I not beat him with this much health left? Let's find out. Let's find out together. So you can see really importantly, he did block this attack, but he's not blocking isn't his default state or his default state. Random parries are his default state. That puts him at a huge disadvantage that the lag, thankfully for him, makes up for. So he just randomly attacks, hoping it'll work. That wasn't a read on my frames or anything like that. He just runs fast attacks and he throws them out. Oh, I lost because I'm tap blocking. And he's gonna EQ soon. Rather than lose. There it is. I tried to predict the EQ and push him away, but it wasn't enough. Alright, yeah, you can see he's pretty much just throwing out random defensive moves, random attacks, hoping that he takes his turn back by chance. Don't do that. Oh, and you can see there, another demonstration of the lag. So, that duck should have worked, but it didn't, and I blocked it? How does that work? Explain it. And this is sort of how to play against lag. Just make sure that you're blocking a lot Keep your gold links up. Okay, okay. So that was actually really good for him. Props where props are due. Check this out. Check this little sequence out. So I think I get the hit in. Yep, I get a hit in. He goes straight into block. No, he doesn't. Okay, yeah, he's blocking now. I tried to predict a hook there, because that's what he would have done, but he changed up his play, which is very good. And now he's blocking. He's going to wait for a slow attack. He does. He sees it coming, and he parries it. Good. Very good. And now I can see that when it's my turn, all he's going to do is mash. That's the mode that he's switched to. So I'm going to start gold linking my mash safe string. And that's sort of the flow of a match, is you do what works until it doesn't, and then you switch to something that works against whatever they're doing now. Right now he's just mashing. That one was a random parry. You can tell. I'll show you how you can tell. So as opposed to the other parry, which you could tell was thoughtful and skillful, this one is going to be a random parry. Watch why. So he throws out a random parry there. It doesn't work. He takes that hit when he shouldn't have. He could have guarded it. And now he throws out a random parry here. It's the sort of mind state. You learn to be able to read what mind state your opponent is in. He was in a mind state there of mash, 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 get your turn back randomly rather than thoughtfully. He EQs there, which is another telltale sign that they're not really, especially when they're that low stamina, they're not really thinking about what they're doing. They just want their turn back, so they EQ. And you don't have to. And I saw that he was gonna mash that. I saw that he was gonna mash the parry. Let me go back a little farther than that. So I know that he's in mash state right now. That's his mental state. So I know I gave him a second, right? I didn't gold link that. I didn't gold link that. You see? I glowed gold, not attacking. I know that he's gonna mash. So I give it a second. And then I go in, because I know that by the time he's in his parry window is over, my Liverny is going to land on him, and I'm going to get the win. Oh, he rematches me. Cool. Drink water. I swear we'll get to more guard-only stuff later, but this is actually a really good opportunity to... Okay, so I guess you can manual dodge the Liverny too, after the spinning high kick. Alright, I see that coming. I dodge it. He EQs, because he doesn't want to think about what he should be doing. Or I guess he doesn't think he has the time. And it's valid, you know. You shouldn't never EQ. It's totally fine to. Especially when your opponent's in your head a little more than you are in theirs. Like, when else would you EQ? I'm not faulting him for it. I get the guard break there. I hit him. I hope I don't come across as insulting sometimes. I really do. I'm never trying to insult anyone. Except one person, but they're not in this video. Alright, and you can see there, that was a really good example of just press the block button. Like, even Taco here, he's a better player than what he just showed us. Watch this. He's at basically full health. And he just gives his entire life to me. He's not blocking. He's just throwing out random stuff. He's better than that, man. Come on. He is a better player than that. He knows how to guard. He knows how to wait for a slow attack and throw out the defensive. But he's... So, I guess what's going on right now, and I'm clearly reading this because I'm throwing out attacks pretty quickly here, is that he's in panic state. He's like, I'm so far behind, I have to catch up fast. That's not how you catch up, unfortunately. Alright, so he does guard a move there, and it almost feels like he's just given up at this point. Press your guard button. Your guard button is your give me a second to think button. Let me think about what I'm gonna do. I'll hold the guard button to give myself time to do that. Right? Dick. All right, so he's guarding, but okay, that's some good guarding, but now he's throwing out. So, all right, this is something you'll see as well. So he is guarding, which is good, but he's not using the guard to do anything except throw out his light attack in hopes that it gives him his turn back. And it did, but he doesn't really know what to do with it. And now he's like, oh, this is the one. Okay. So to anyone who complains about spammers, this is a great fight to go over against spammers. He has a ton of really fast, weak attacks in his deck, and you'll see just how powerful guarding is against that. So right now we're in a guard off. I know that his attacks are faster than mine. That's why I'm not attacking, because if we both decide to attack at the same time, he wins. Then I saw that he's not throwing it out, so I go ahead and attack. And he attacks because it hit his guard, and he knows that he has really fast attacks that can go through strings like that. And then he throws out a random dodge. I'm sort of starting to get a read on the kind of player he is. I know that he's going to throw out a random dodge there. I can see that he's throwing out that jump light kick over and over. So I'm like, oh hey, free damage. Because if that's all he's going to do, all I have to do is press square. And that's free damage for me. He gravities me there. I don't know why. Alright, so he's throwing out a bunch of fast moves, and I'm like, alright, I'll just guard and let him... Look at his stamina. Look at his stamina and look at mine. All I'm doing is guarding. And now, I go in for the attack. I go in with my longer range moves. I break his guard, but all I do is hit him with a front kick and a switch kick, and now I'm at no stamina. He's at full. Now, what will he do with this stamina advantage? This is the spammer, right? The players who complain about spammers, this is what they do with the stamina advantage. He breaks my guard, gets 2 hits on me. Watch my health. Watch my health. So this is my health right now, right? He breaks my guard, gets 1, 2 hits on me, and now I'm back to full stamina. That's how much damage he got on me. This is what it costs to have your guard broken against a spammer. Nothing. Nothing. Just hold guard. Hold the block button. You're gonna be okay. Alright, he's throwing out random dodges. And it is a little tough sometimes because oftentimes spammers will have really light attacks, so you want to throw out your fast strings, but they also dodge to the side a lot. And oftentimes your fast strings that work against mash, they don't work against side dodge. So it can be a little complicated, but you're gonna be fine. Just keep at it, just keep holding the block button, you'll win every time. And he manual dodges away because he doesn't really know what to do. He pulls out his sword. I'm not worried about it. This is another thing. So what? He's got a sword. I don't care. I pick it up. and I give it back to him. Because I know that the tiny little chip damage that his sword is going to do to me through my block does not matter. It's fine. He tries to manual dodge away. He gets his turn back. I'm just gonna guard. He attacks a little bit and he stops, so I attack. He's just attacking. He finally holds guard and it works for him. Hold guard more often. Block, 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 block. I give him his sword back. Again, because I know it doesn't matter. Because I know he's not going to hold the block button. I can just get free damage in on him. Alright, and I think I get matched with him again and then he leaves. Yeah. Alright, I think this is the last player. I feel like this guy was pretty decent. Let's find out. And he's running Fei Jin. So immediately, I'm going to be looking out for, is this guy a random parry Fei Jin? Because Fei Jin rewards you for the wrong choices. So newer players are going to throw out random parries, and that's something you can take advantage of. I can see immediately that he isn't blocking. So I just get a bunch of free damage in. Now I am blocking, so he doesn't get any free damage in. And look at our stamina. He didn't hit me with any heavy moves. So now, even though he was on the offensive, and he was at a stamina advantage, the tables have turned without me doing anything. Sure, he gets a free hit on me there, but now I get his life, and now I'm back to full health, so that free hit didn't matter. Alright, I'm just gonna guard. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him waste all his stamina on these very fast, weak moves against my guard. Building up that stamina advantage until finally it's my turn because he starts walking away. So I'm like, all right, my turn to go in. And then what does he do? What does he do? So it's my turn. I get some hits on him. Now he's at a stamina advantage and I'm pretty much out. And what does he do? He runs away. So I say, hey, thanks for the free stamina. I'm just gonna sit there, let my stamina get back up, because he let me get my stamina back up. And I can see that, oh, he's guarding, that's good. But he's also throwing out random parries. I'm gonna let him break my guard here, because I know he's gonna do nothing to me. Look at that. Look at this huge stamina advantage he has on me. Watch what he does with it. Alright, he just broke my guard. There's where my health is now. He gets 1, 2 very small hits on me. That's how much health that guard break cost me. Nothing. Basically nothing. And now I'm back to full stamina. And he is not. So I'm just gonna let him. Maybe he breaks my guard again. Alright, he broke my guard again. There's my health. There's 1 attack. 2 attacks. That much damage. He broke my guard twice without me doing anything. And now I'm still above half health. He has no stamina. I have full stamina. That's my stock, and now I'm back to full health. Block. The block button is OP, my dude. Alright, so I'm just gonna start attacking. My brain was off there. Because I just threw out a spinning high kick after he had hit me in the face. Alright, he's guarding. Very good, very good. You can see, okay, he's turned on his brain. I don't know what's going on. He must be used to fighting very, very weak opponents. But he's turned on his brain. He's blocking. Look at this blocking. So he's like, oh crap, this guy's good. All right, I'm gonna start blocking. When there, he's blocking. He's waiting for an attack he can react to. He tries to mash out. Not a good choice on his part. So he's back to blocking. Very good. Now I'm gonna throw out a spinning high kick, and he sees it, and he tries to parry it. His timing's off, but he didn't make the right choice. He just didn't execute properly. So I get that spinning high kick damage on him. He gets his turn back with a 10 framer. Don't do that. Breaks my guard and gets a spinning high kick on me. Good. That's a good guard break. Now you want to get away. If you're him, go leave. Disengage. Look at the advantage I've built up by letting him attack me. He was smart there and tried to EQ and get away, but he manual dodged and fucked himself up. What he should have done is switch to back stance, then EQ, unlock, walk away. And there it is. In conclusion, class, red means stop, green means go. And SpongeBob, see me after class 6 months from now.